Let's talk about evangelism in the modern Christian church. 61% of people believe that it's their personal responsibility to share their faith, but only 38% of people have shared the gospel within the last 6 months. By implementing a 3-level approach to evangelism, I believe that this trend of disconnect can be changed. The first level of evangelism that needs to be implemented is the cultural level. Evangelism should be part of the focus of the overall life of the church. Evangelism should be emphasized and present in every aspect of the church. Evangelism should be evident in every service, from friendly greeters to avoiding inside Christian language to sermon series with a message for everyone. Evangelism should be ingrained within the small group ministry. There should be groups that teach people how to evangelize, but there should also be groups teaching people the basic Christian beliefs. I read a statistic from a research project that the Barna group did. 51% of Christians say that they don't understand the Great Commission. Evangelism should be part of the discipleship training program. I worked with a church who wanted to design an evangelism strategy. We began with this question: what results would indicate a successful evangelistic approach for your church at the end of the year? So basically, I wanted them to think about 1 year from now, what would success look like? These are the things that they came up with. They wanted to train a greeter team. They wanted to start evangelism training courses. They wanted to schedule 3 sermon series to invite family and friends. They wanted to plan 2 community outreach events. The great thing of it is that by the end of that year, evangelism was part of the DNA of that church. The next level of evangelism that needs to be implemented is the invitational level. Now, this is a level that most churches do well. They have events throughout the year where they encourage their attenders to go and invite their friends to go invite their families to. And the evangelistic approach here is to invite your family and friends to an event that will introduce them to Christ, but will also introduce them to your church. To get buy-in from your attenders and participation, you must have a really good first impressions team. People need to feel comfortable to invite their friends and their families to the church event. Lifeway did a research a couple years ago that presented the percentage of people who invited others to church. 43% of Christians within the last year invited a non-Christian loved one to church. 34% of Christians within the last year invited someone they didn't know to church. There was a church that I was coaching, and they wanted to make an impact in their community. So with their evangelism team, we brainstormed ideas, we planned events, we executed 6 events that met various needs within the community, from cleaning an elderly person's garage to collecting backpacks for school, donating food at a food bank. And the great thing of it is that they saw more involvement, more people saved, more people baptized within that year than they did the 5 previous years combined. At this point, you might have more questions about how to create an evangelism strategy. I would love to connect with you. In the description below, there's a link to my email. Send me your question and I will respond as quickly as possible. The next level of evangelism that needs to be implemented is the personal level. Now, this level is the most effective because it hinges on relationship, but it's the most neglected because it requires a commitment. Healthy, growing churches have a small group system in place that teaches people how to share their faith in their daily lives. Here are some statistics that I read. 58% of Christians are reluctant to evangelize. 39% of Christians are willing to evangelize. But 66% of Christians are unfamiliar with any method to evangelize. Without a purposeful structure to teach people how to evangelize, how to share their faith with others, it will not be done. There was a church that wanted to create a system that trained believers in sharing their faith. So they reached out to me. We designed a process where believers learn the basic doctrines, they learned evangelistic techniques, and they learned relational skills. Through this relational approach of evangelism, of the 20 people who went through the program, all but 2 led someone to Christ within the first year. I invite you to leave a comment below stating what you have found to be the most difficult in sharing your faith. My next video will be describing how you can help people to say yes to coming to church. And until then, I invite you to watch this video right here where I give you the steps to help your church grow within the next 90 days. Thanks, everybody.